Well, hey there, Bright Light, and welcome to this week's episode of Urban Shamanism with me, Steffi Funk, where I give you the sacred tools for an extraordinary life in the concrete jungle. And this week we are in episode number 4 of our 12-part video series, The 12 Universal Laws of Divine Purpose, where I am sharing with you universal laws as sure as gravity that you can rely on for both clarifying and manifesting your divine purpose. So you can work with the flow of the universe instead of against it and do in the world what you were put here to do. With that, let's dive right into today's episode, which is the 4th law of divine purpose. Today we are going to talk about what the 4th law is, where you might get stuck, and finally, a weekly inner shaman practice that will allow you to energetically use this law to your advantage. So, have you ever thought to yourself, I wish my work was more meaningful and that it actually helped people? If so, you are getting stuck in this law, but once you know what it is, you'll get yourself right out of that quagmire. So without further ado, here's the 4th law. Where your joy lies, there your service lies. Here's what this means. For example, let's say you love making jewelry, your joy. You might think, okay, but how does this serve the world and how do I find meaning in this? Well, think about it. The world needs beauty. And when you give someone that perfect piece of jewelry that they feel beautiful in, their energy naturally rises. They feel like the best version of themselves. And also, the jewelry itself often contains its own medicine, like in its stones and things, that resonate with the person's energy system. Finally, by you stepping into your power and doing the thing you love, you energetically give others permission to step into their power and do the thing they love. So you become a light worker, a raiser of consciousness, just by doing the thing you love, which is creating jewelry. You see how that works? It can be applied to anything. If you love it, if it feels like a flow state for you, if it comes to you so naturally you don't even understand how it could be considered a gift, if you have an interest in it but others don't, for example, when I wanted to be a spiritual teacher and a shamanic healer, I was shocked when I found out that not everyone else wanted to be a spiritual teacher too. Or if you are drawn to study it and learn more about it, even if you don't know that much about it now, but you just really want to, then it's your divine purpose. And inside of that is automatically your service to the world. Those are all cues as to what you were put here to do, all those things I just mentioned. But here's where you might get stuck. You may be pining away asking for the meaning of life and how do I be of service? So often we get stuck in that, how do I be of service, that we miss that our joy is automatically our greatest service to the world and always raises consciousness. So don't get stuck there. Forget service, follow joy, because it's the same damn thing. Your joy will always raise consciousness. So here's your weekly inner shaman practice, besides forgetting service and focusing on joy instead. Did you know that you can call in the resonance of what you want in life? It's called calling in the fields, and here's how it works. Let's begin by calling in the field of joy. Here's what you say. I open the field of joy. I call in the field of joy. You'll actually feel that joy has its own resonance or vibration or felt sense. Once you do joy, do some other things you want, like I open the field of clarity. I call in the field of clarity. I open the field of abundance. I call in the field of abundance. And you'll notice that each of these has a different energetic quality. Repeat this as many times as you'd like until you feel complete. This is a great way of working with energy and programming the quantum field to serve you up the qualities of your divine purpose work, even if you don't quite know what that is yet. So here's what you learned today. The 4th law of divine purpose, which is that your joy is your greatest service to the world. 2, where you might get stuck with it. And 3, how to energetically work with it using this week's inner shaman practice by calling in the fields, in particular the field of joy. Now take action. Download your cheat sheet, The 12 Universal Laws of Divine Purpose, at steffifunk.com/divine purpose laws. I've also included the link for you below. If you don't see it, let me know and I will get it to you. Then let me know in the comments. How do you feel after calling in the fields? Practice using it right now, right when you get done with this video. And let me know how that works for you. I think you're gonna feel different when you get done. Congrats for hanging out with me this far. And by the way, if you've missed laws 1 through 3, you'll definitely wanna go back and watch those. You don't wanna miss out on any of these. And you especially won't wanna miss out on next week's episode of Urban Shamanism and the fabulous 5th Universal Law of Divine Purpose. I'll give you a hint. It has everything to do with abundance. See you then.